Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Big problems for the Ukrainians in Kupiansk, as I reported in previous videos. And I have here two articles, one coming from Reuters, the other one I think from Ukrainska Pravda, confirming that. Now obviously these guys are on one side of the story and they are fighting the other side. So these guys will not overemphasize or report accurately what's going on over there. So they will try to minimize the, I would say, the destruction and the, how should I put it, the level of advancing of the Russian troops, let's put it this way. The Russians are advancing in Kupiansk and these guys report about it, but I'm guessing in a very limited manner. Why? You can guess by the fact that the Ukrainians, issued an order of general evacuation in about 50 settlements in Kupiansk area, which is Kharkov Oblast by the Russians. Let me show you where this is located, and then I'm going to show you the two articles. All right, so this is Ukraine, this is where the war, whatever, occurs, and right here is Kupiansk, right here, right in east, and it is Kharkov Oblast, so here is where the Russians are advancing. This is Kupiansk. Supposedly, if the Russians break through here, there's nothing to stop them to get to Kharkiv. So here, all these guys are evacuating right here in this area. So this is on the big map where this occurs. Now, the Ukrainians, their counteroffensive occurs here, which I think it's already dead, and to a later extent right here. So let's go to the first article coming from Reuters. This is from today, August 16th, 2023. Ukraine retakes village but warns of trouble in northeast Kiev. Okay. Kiev, Kupiansk, Ukraine. Ukraine announced the recapture of the village of Urozainie from Russian troops in the southeast on Wednesday. Southeast, so southeast. So it must be somewhere here in this area. Okay, in the Donetsk region. Urozainie, on the edge of Donetsk region, is the first village Kiev says it has retaken since July 27. Okay, Urozainie is liberated. Now, without being too fair about this, I don't know if those guys wanted to be liberated. Maybe those guys were liberated and now they're occupied. But hey, it's just a thought. The village, rupu-poop. Let's go to the whatever we want to talk about, Kupiansk. So, pressure builds in northeast. Hours after the Urozainie announcement, Alexander Syrskyi, one of Ukraine's top generals, said the situation in Kupiansk front in the northeastern region of Kharkiv was growing more difficult. That's an understatement. Kupiansk, a town with a pre-war population of around 27,000, was seized by Russia in the early days of the February 2022 invasion, before Russian troops recaptured it in a lightning offensive last September that embarrassed Moscow. Okay, you can ignore of this. Okay, due to the complication of the situation in the Kupiansk direction, I worked most of the day with units that led to the defense of the approaches to the city. Syrskyi was quoted as saying by Ukraine's military media center. So the enemy is trying, I'm quoting, to break through the defenses of our troops every day in different directions with assault squads consisting mainly of convicts. Well, if the convicts beat you, then I would not even mention that, you idiot, with the aim of blockading and then capturing Kupiansk. Well, I said this many times. If I go to a competition and I go to fight and I lose, and the guy that I lose to loses the next fight against someone weak or something, I'm not going to say, ha, he lost against a weak guy. Well, if he lost to a weak guy, against whom did I lose? A weaker than the weak guy. So, zip it, your goal would be, well, he was fantastic. the enemy was formidable, was fantastic, was good, man. I lost. He was good. He was great. But that gets you up too. You were good as well, but you lost. But these guys instead they say, well, those guys have only convicts. Where if these guys, the Russians in this case, break the front, attack Kupiansk, you retreat, you have a general evacuation against some thugs, what does that tell you about the value of your troops? Why don't you go and get some convicts then? Convict against convicts. So all of a sudden the convicts are the best troops or something? No, the intention here was to minimize the quality of Russian troops without the imbeciles knowing or understanding that if I get them down, I get myself even lower than them. Because as of now, they kick my butt in that area. Well, hey, Reuters, Ukrainska Pravda, Syrskyi, hear me, okay? Anyway, consisting mainly of convicts and tards or something. So, losing Kupiansk a second time would be a major blow to Kiev's battlefield momentum. There's no momentum. At a time when its summer counteroffensive, dead in the water floating downstream for about 2 months already, has so far failed, correct, to deliver significant territorial gains. No, you can ignore this word and say territorial gains, deliver territorial gains, except for villages such as, they give me one example. Good job, good job. Next article right here comes from Ukrainska Pravda. This is Syrskyi. Hey, where is Aluzny? Oh, he's too busy? Okay. Ground Forces commander visits defenders of Kupiansk. Situation escalates. Important decisions made. Like what? Run to the hills. Right, Iron Maiden? Yeah, I think so. That's the decision. Run, guys. Run to the hills. General Colonel Alexander Syrskyi, the commander of the ground forces of Ukraine's armed forces, has arrived to a camp of the units of the defense forces of Ukraine deployed on the Kupiansk front in Kharkiv Oblast. He came there in a connection with the escalation of the combat situation. This is a euphemistic expression saying in connection with losing. Okay, that would be, they would save what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of using losing, they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Important decisions have been made to strengthen the defense. I refer you to Iron Maiden's song, Run to the Hills. A beautiful song, especially in Rio de Janeiro, live. Anyway, Bruce Dickinson and his English or British, how should I use it? Gang. Nevertheless, Kupiansk is, okay, let's put it this way. They talk about Uzgarizga Bagabuga village, and these guys are breaking the front in Kupiansk. And the Ukrainians are on the counter-offensive. Yeah, all right. I mean, they don't have to tell you, we're not succeeding down here, they're winning, they're succeeding out there. They just, you have to figure things out from what these weasels are telling you. Now, I don't expect General Syrskyi saying, you know what, guys, we suck. They beat our asses with convicts and with the tards. All right? He can't say that. Even though he's thinking that, if he doesn't, he should start thinking that way. And he should start thinking about how can he improve his guys in fighting the, convicts, ex-convicts, and so on. So, this is it, my friends. Kupiansk as of now, the Ukrainians are in a bad shape over there. And not in a good shape in Zaporozhye and Kherson, to counterbalance that. Thank you very much for being with me today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.